I didn't mean to do that. But do you know how this works?
Are you gonna do the intro? Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
gonna do the intro. But do you know how this? Do you know how all of this works?
don't I just answer questions?
Basically. All right. You ready?
All right.
Ooh,
Do
wait.
I do anything while you do the intro, or do I just sit here? Or should I come in like? Should I turn off my camera and when you say introducing Tashi, I'll be like,
No.
oh, oh.
Don't do that. Why are you so corny? You're so corny.
I'm just trying to make it interesting. Like,
Introducing Tashi. All right. You ready?
uh huh.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey yo! Welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. Hey, Jesus. The Arts Block Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Curry III, and today I don't even know why we are doing this episode of the podcast. This girl has begged me to be on.
Don't even say that.
She was like pulling my leg. She was like, Eric. Every time I would call her, she'd be like, Eric. I'd be like, yes, Tashi. She'd be like, when am I going to be on the podcast? I'd be like, Tashi, soon, one day. She'd be like, no, I need to be on there now. And like, she was just bugging me. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get this out the way.
You're lying.
No, but all seriousness though, we have the wonderful, the beautiful, amazing actress, dancer, singer, right? Soon singer. Oh, nah, you can't. You're not gonna give us a few notes.
Oh, say.
All right, we have Miss Tashi Mhoon-Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Thank you. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I, I, how are you today, Tashi? How are you?
I'm good. I had a good day. I woke up early,
What's early?
6 o'clock in the morning.
For what?
I
What is
don't
there
know.
to do at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Nothing. I've been up this whole time. I went to bed at 1 in the morning. I woke up at 6, fully energized, ready to get started with the day.
What are
That
you
doesn't happen.
What are you doing today?
Nothing. I just had to. I literally didn't do nothing. My dad didn't want to take me to the gym, so I just did this. Oh, I'm going to my brother and sister's track meet.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't run track? Why don't you run track?
My dad forced me to do that for like 4 years in
Mhm.
elementary and middle school, and it literally was horrid. I hate running. It's literally not fun. Like,
We'll sign up to do that. Um, nah. So let's just jump straight into it, Tashi. Before you was an actress, you are a dancer. You're a
mhm,
dancer first.
mhm.
You were dancing since you were two, three, two,
Yeah, too.
two. Um, your mom is Princess Moon,
Yeah.
the famous Princess Moon.
She's not even famous. Don't play. Don't play. She's not even famous. Y'all always say that.
um, how how does it feel to come from dance royalty, having a famous mother and dance, come from dance royalty? How does that feel?
Everyone expects you to be a dancer. Well, I am.
You
I
are
do consider myself a dancer. Wait, that doesn't even make any sense. No,
exactly
everyone expects you to just be a dancer.
okay.
Like when they hear that I went, like when they heard that I got to do, they expected dance. They were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, so you're going to the dance program?" And when I said no, I'm in theater, they were like, "Oh, theater." Hmm. You people, no people do that to you when you tell them you're in theater. They're like, "Theater."
Yeah.
It's a little hobby. Hmm.
So they be telling you that it's like a hobby too, because they definitely
Yeah.
gave me that like it's a little hobby for
I
like
was
a
like,
while.
oh, that's a nice hobby.
Oh, all right, cool.
I was like, thanks.
Thanks.
But yeah, everyone expects you to just be a dancer.
Is that a lot of pressure? Because you do other things, like you have your own jewelry business, you have your own you're an actress and you're getting your career started. Like congratulations, you have your own manager. So
Mhm.
congratulations. Um oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh. um so is there like any type of was there any type of pressure in the beginning, like with like, oh man, I want to do this, but like how do I tell them that I want to do this and instead
Mhm.
of dancing? Like was there any type of like backlash, any type of pushback, like
Yeah, because being put into dance wasn't really a choice for me. Because, like you said, I was put in it when I was 2.
from dance royalty? You come from dance royalty.
I was put in it when I was 2, and then I've done it my whole life. In middle school, I did want to quit. Like the end of elementary school, in like 6th and 7th grade, and basically half of 8th grade, I did want to quit because I was just not.
Like
It was
into it.
hard. Yeah, I just wasn't. Well, I was into it, but especially when you're growing up, dancing is very time. It's like a sport. It's very time
Mhm.
consuming. Like you're always like a sport. You would always be at practice or rehearsal. You're always conditioning your body. You're always at class, so you don't really have time for like friends or social life. So that was one thing that was also pulling me away from dance, because I was in this space where I wanted to make friends, but they asked me to hang out, and I'll be like, no, I'm sorry, I have dance class.
Mhm.
And I in middle school I had dance class every day of the week except for Sundays, because the studio was closed. And I know in my parents, they're very supportive now, but when I first told them I want to be an actress, it took them a long time to see it as a career.
Mhm.
It was much easier for my mom because she had a career in the arts, but my dad especially, he did not see it as a career. Like he was always trying to push me towards math,
Ew.
question mark. Like I always struggled with it. He was like, I was a mathematician, you got to be a math major. He like I could fix his phone.
Mhm.
All I had to do was like turn it on low battery mode. He's like, you should pursue a career in electronics. Like you're just so good. Like, oh my god. I'm like, I literally just connect you to the Wi-Fi. Everyone knows how to do that. It's not like I was doing anything that nobody knew how to do.
I'm
So
literally.
he was always pushing me in directions because he didn't see, in my extended family, they still kind of don't, but
Mhm.
they didn't see acting as like a career. Like I said before, they see it as a hobby. So
Right.
that's one thing that really like was hard for me, because it's like I don't like disappointing people. I've always been a people pleaser, especially when it comes to my family. And I knew that telling them that I really don't have a passion to really do anything else but the arts was going to be a lot, because they're going to be like, the arts is it's like very hard to that be your main career, honestly, because it's so, nothing is dependable.
Yeah, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing at all.
Yeah, like it's not like you go to school and you have these years set up for you to eventually where you can feed into like a hospital, or
Right.
you can feed into a practice for lawyers or something. Like it's not something where you necessarily have like, you have some stepping stones. You
Mhm.
don't have that when you're in the arts, whether it's theater, dance, music, anything in the entertainment industry. Honestly, nothing is dependable.
Mhm. So knowing that, but still wanting to go into acting, why acting? Because like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but previously before Duke, you had no acting experience, like none, like not even like at like your school, not even like in a little school play. Like you had no acting experience at all.
And I
So
think I was the only one in our ensemble who was like that.
probably, yeah, yeah, I think you were. So what made you just be like, you know what, that seemed cool, I want to do that?
For me, it wasn't necessarily like one moment that I like switched,
Mhm.
because when I was younger, I always was obsessed with like being other people. Like I love to dress up. I love to, you know, put on these personas, like an accent. I've been doing British accents with my mom since I was like
Oh my God.
two.
You do that. It's so annoying.
I do it and everything. I break out like when I get mad, I break out as a New Yorker. Like it's just there's too many personalities to contain in my body. I have to share them, whether it's a dog.
I'm laughing because I've seen all of these. I've seen all
Yes,
I've seen all of these.
if you know me, you've seen all of them. They're all in here, and they all come out at different moments. And it's like really the hardest part for me was telling my parents.
Mhm.
I always knew. I knew that I loved dancing, but I also knew that there was an untapped passion in me where like I just knew that I could act. Like I don't know why. Well,
Mm.
I'm very dramatic, but
Mm.
you can't just because you're a dramatic person doesn't mean you can act. But I like had something in me where I felt like I could really thrive with this art form. Like I felt like I could really do something with this. And literally, I went to one acting summer camp, eighth grade year. I got my monologue, and I don't know, by the will of God, I got in. And I'm pretty
Mm.
sure I was the only person. Like, I still to this day have never been, well, I've been in a short film, but I've never been in like a play. Like, when I
Mhm.
was little, I think I was in one adventure theater. Oh, yeah, I did do one. It was adventure theater. I was like a townsperson and I had no line. And literally, my mom always tells me this because I used to be so shy. I used to like be quiet and they would ask me to do stuff and I'll be like, not what all these people looking at me. No. But I got comfortable with them and we got rehearsal and I was stealing the other girl's lines. Like she'd forget her line and I'd come out and say it. And they're like, wait, you could really do something. And they told my mom, they're like, I don't know why she wasn't acting like this earlier. We would have casted her to have a bigger role because she is out acting everyone there. But I was like 8. So yeah, I think I don't know. It just when something calls to you, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young. Same thing. I feel like that goes with anything. Like if you just have a passion for something, like you just gotta do it, or else you regret it.
Do you have that same mentality? Because you do have your own jewelry coming. Are you wearing any more jewels, Steams? No,
Not right now, but I do.
you're trash, bro. How do you not wear your own thing on when you're
Going out today, like chill, like chill. I do have some stuff with me. We'll link my website down below. It's also my Instagram.
wait, hold on,
And
hold on. How do you know I will link your
you
website?
will link my website
Wait,
down
hold
below.
on. Who said that?
You will link my website down below. Okay, this is one of my rings. This one's kind of big. Yeah.
But tell them everything is hand.
Everything is handmade. No, I don't want to spoil that. Everything is handmade. I do have some new. I just released some items, and I have
Mhm.
some new ones coming. I don't know. I have to get the date, but they're already made. I just have to take pictures for them. But yes, I do have my own jewels. And you want to know a fun fact about me?
But what's the fun fact?
So, unfortunately, my mom. Not unfortunately, my mom. Oh, that sounds so bad.
It
But
did.
my mom is from Chicago. She's from the South Side. Hey, Chi Town. I have that run through my blood. Like, do not play with me. Anyhow, so my mom's from Chicago, South Side, and unfortunately, her dad did pass away at when she was really young,
Mhm.
like 10, 12, I can't remember. But he used to be a handmade jewelry maker.
Oh, that's dope.
And like he died from my mom when my mom was young, so I never really learned about him. But that's something like when I started making my jewelry, my mom told me, she was like, oh yeah. I've seen some of his rings. His rings look really good.
That's dope.
Hmm. But
So do you go? So that same mindset that you have with theater, that okay, well, this is just something that called to me, so I'm gonna do it. Do you is that same mindset with jewelry making, or is it more like a I was broke, so I had to do something? Tashi, you
No,
be broke. You be broke. Tashi, you be
that
struggling.
is true. But no, it's not. No, no. I actually don't do it for the money. It's a factor. It's a factor, but I don't do it just. I actually didn't start it for the money because I spent so. Actually, no. Listen, Linda. I spent so much money. I haven't made any. Like I've made money, but I haven't made nearly half amount of money I spend funding this organization.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But anywho, I actually so my dad had been pushing me to start a business for at least 2 years. And I know COVID hit everyone. It hit me pretty bad too. Like I was really unmotivated to do anything. And I was like, I don't have time to start a business. I can barely get my assignments in. And I would push it back and be like, I don't have time. I don't know what I want to start. And he'll be like, resell toothpaste. And I'll be like, what are you talking about?
Resell toothpaste?
Like he was trying to get me to become like a toothpaste seller, and I would send it out. I don't know. He, I love him, but he just be talking sometimes. And I was just like, I don't know that a toothpaste seller is not really clicking. So
Oh.
one day no, I wasn't driving. I was in Michael's because I was making a gift for my best friend Sierra, and I was like, I love jewelry. Like I genuinely love jewelry. So why don't I just like make it? Like I've always loved wire jewelry. I've always loved like handmade jewelry. And I was like, and nose cuffs. That's one thing that really I loved nose cuffs and I wanted to learn how to make them because girls are literally selling them for like $20 and they're like this. Oh, you can't even see. They're this big.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't wanna pay for that. And I can make it myself. But I also want girls who don't want to pay that much of amount because they're not even worth that much. Like they're worth like I charge them like $7.
Cheap
Seven
price.
dollars.
Cheap price.
$7 is a good price for a nose cuff. That's a good price.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved nose cuffs. I love jewelry, and I was like, yeah, I want to make it, but it wasn't the same thing as acting
Mm-hmm.
because I even though I love making jewelry, it's not the same amount. Like I wouldn't die if I couldn't do jewelry. Like I'll be like, okay,
Got you.
it was fun, but for some reason I couldn't make it anymore. I would be like, it was fun, but I wouldn't. But if I couldn't act or dance anymore, I think I would literally like be a vegetable. I wouldn't want to do anything because I just don't have a passion for anything else, and it's really weird. But
Mm-hmm.
you know how like you have that there's something there are people that God put you on this earth to do specific things, and I feel like acting is what I'm here to do. Like it's what I'm here to do.
Okay. Um, Speaking of acting, I'm actually interested to get to this kind of to get to this topic in a sense. And we're actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna do something new. I'm gonna mix two things together.
Okay.
So this is going to be a story time mixed with a question. Tashi, answer this question truthfully. Um,
Okay.
do you or do you not still attend Duke Ellington School of the Arts?
I do not. Why would
Okay.
I lie?
Okay.
People gonna come up next year and be like, "Where's Tashi? She said that's correct." No, I do not.
Okay. Just don't do that with your lips like you're sad.
I am sad.
You're not.
No, because I was looking through like old pictures and videos and funny things,
Shut up.
and I got sentimental. I was like,
Shut up, dog.
no. But yes, I'm leaving with a heavy heart. It's here.
All right, so I'm gonna need two things for you. I'm gonna need your honest opinion on Duke. Now, I was in your class. I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts with you. I was like right next to you throughout the whole thing. So I will know if you're lying, and you're one of my best friends. So I will know if you're lying, and if you are lying, I will call you out on it. Secondly, I'm gonna need a story time. I'm gonna need two story times. I'm gonna need two story times. Your best moment at Duke and your worst moment at Duke.
Oh, I have my worst moment.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ, that was quick.
I have my worst moment. Wait. I have to think. Best moment, worst moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Oh.
if you are all right, which one you have? You have both of them.
Hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so what should I do first?
Anyone you want.
I'm gonna do worst moment first.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yes, Tashi, we heard that.
Alexa, girl. Okay, so as I was saying, worst moment, yeah.
Mhm.
So my worst moment at Duke was freshman year. Whoa, that was the same monologue. You remember how Mr. Franklin had us doing? Ooh, wait, am I not allowed to say his name?
I can, hmm,
Should it be like Mr. G or something?
yeah,
Okay, we're not gonna name names because, but it's nothing bad. It's
just
about me that I did bad.
just to be safe.
Okay, so we had this teacher named Mr. G. Well, for safety, we're gonna call him Mr. G. And so he had made he the that year we had chosen monologues to audition, and he basically kept us with those monologues for until the end of the year. And those all those monologues, they're for beginners, so they're kind of bad. Because once you start to grow and you start to understand how a monologue is supposed to be written and the process as the actor is supposed to go through, you learn like
Monologue sucked.
that monologue was bad. And I had this one monologue. I the first time I did it, I was like, oh my god, I really like this.
Mhm.
But once you keep doing that same thing over and over again,
You
I
hate
hated it.
you
I
hated
hated
it.
it so bad. Like I dreaded doing it. Like I was like, I don't even want to do this anymore. Like I've done
Mhm.
it 20,000 times. I don't want it's bad at this point.
Facts.
So we had to present our monologues to this other teacher. We're gonna call him deodorant. I'm just looking at.
Oh,
I know they don't stink. None of them stinks. I'm just looking at stuff around my room. I'm sorry.
nah, none of them
So
stink. Nah, none of them stink. But I
none,
know what moment
none
you're
of them stink. Like they all have good hygiene. I'm just
Mhm.
looking at stuff around my room. So Mr. Deodorant, I loved him. He was my favorite
The
teacher. He was so
best.
nice, the
The
best teacher,
best.
and I really wanted to do good. I really wanted to do a good monologue for him, but it didn't happen. I'm pretty sure I don't even remember. I just feel like I know I did really bad.
Mhm.
Like I think that was the worst time I've ever done it in my entire life. And even though I didn't care, well, I cared. I hated the monologue. I was still like, that is literally embarrassing.
Mhm.
So that was my worst moment. Um, was that my worst moment? I think it was, yeah.
Mhm.
Best moment. Um, at Duke. At Duke. Duke has many good moments. I don't hate the school. I like the school. I'm just trying to think the best.
Why are you lying on the
I
podcast?
I don't hate
Why are you lying on the podcast? Why are you
it.
lying?
Okay, let me clarify. Now, I have done some mental growing,
Okay.
and I have realized I don't hate Duke. It's just my time to go.
Okay.
I think I personally think I do think if you no. I can't even like I can't you can't even lie. Duke has taught me all that I know about acting.
It has.
It's taught me all that I know. I came in there trash. I came out pretty good.
It's probably taught us more than we needed to know. For real.
Yeah, like if I wanted to right now, I probably know more than incoming freshmen at art schools.
And like colleges, for
I
sure.
mean, yeah, at arts colleges. I mean,
For sure.
like who just came out of regular public school, and more power to you. I mean, shoot, do
All
your
power to
thing.
you. Yeah.
All the power to you. Like I'm not throwing shade or anything. I'm just saying,
That we're better than you.
no, no. No,
But Tashi's just
I'm trying
basically
to get.
saying that we are better than
No,
all of
I'm
you.
trying to say that Duke teaches you everything you need to know.
Prepared us. Duke prepared
It's
us.
prepared us. It teaches if you want to be an actor and you live in the DC residential area or DMV and you want to pay that fee living in Maryland or Virginia,
Mhm,
I really you should go.
mhm.
They teach you like it's a good school.
So why aren't you staying?
I'm not saying. Can you hear my brother's NBA Youngboy music?
No.
Okay, that would have been kind of embarrassing. I'm not staying because I think my time there it's just come to an end.
You
And
just
it's run its
gonna keep
course.
running with that. It's my time's come to an end thing, huh? You just gonna keep running with that one?
I,
Okay.
okay, oh, that's what I'm gonna say. I one thing that I can warn you, and this is not like anything like, oh my god, no, 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 how could they do that to you? No, they didn't do anything to me. I'm really grateful for all of them. It's just not art schools in general. First of all, wait, let me get that out of the way. Art schools in general are not good to go to if you want to like start working because you
Yes.
won't have time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you honestly, they're not good. So like if you want to be a working actor
Or
in
actress.
or actress, correct, thank you. If you want to be a working artist, period,
Yes.
going to an art school will probably hinder that in some way, shape, or form. With me, it was time. I and a lot of our schools don't even allow you to
Mm-hmm.
because you're at school. You're there to learn. They don't want you going out. I guess I don't know the full reasons, but from what I can tell, they want your undivided attention, which is normal.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to learn. They don't want you distracted by things on the outside world.
Yeah.
Which for me, I do think that I was. I'm very thankful. I decided that I wanted to leave my freshman summer,
Mm-hmm.
and I could have just not came back, but I wanted to get that second year of training because I knew that these first. I feel like your first 2 years are your first critical years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to stay for my last year, even though they put me through a lot of stress. I wanted to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really why I'm leaving. It's really about the time, and I can't be, I'm not the person where I can be in a space where I'm stuck in a box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't thrive in that environment. Like before I came to Duke, not saying that it taught me a lot, but I kind of felt like my creativity was being drained from me
I can understand
because
that.
I was always tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was in middle school, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to make short films. I wanted to do all this stuff. Hold up. I wanted to do all this stuff. But then I got to Duke and I was like, I don't have time and I'm always tired. Plus, I'm a dancer too. I dance every day of the week, really. So I was leaving school, going straight to dance, and then going home at around 9, 10 o'clock at night and going doing homework and then going to sleep, waking back up, get to the metro, go to school, go to dance, go home. It was like a cycle that I was stuck in, and I can't thrive on that. Like I always need to
Something new.
be, yeah,
Okay.
I always need to be, you know, growing and using my. I don't just want to. I want to learn. Obviously, I want to learn, but I also want to use what I'm learning because I'm the type of person is no matter how much I can learn something, if I get to the test or I get to the audition, I will choke if I'm not prepared.
Mhm. I can see that.
Hmm
I can see
I
that.
literally black out. I'm like, what did you say? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Um. Okay. um. Your best moment though. What's your best moment? Tell us.
Oh,
I'm interested.
besides getting in, I was very happy to get in.
Mm-hmm. Besides,
Um, besides getting in,
well,
oh,
this part
this
about.
year I got My happiest moment was completing my last monologue.
Okay, I like that.
I this second year, I especially think that I grew a lot as an actress.
Mhm.
I think I learned so much. But in the beginning of the year, I felt that I got this note from my teacher a lot. I felt that I was putting myself in a box.
Mhm.
I wasn't allowing myself to grow. I wasn't using my creativity that I was naturally born with anymore. I was just going through the motions.
Mhm.
Like I was just, beat one, beat two, beat three. Oh, inflection, beat four. That's how I was acting. I didn't have any life to it. And I know that I got from my teachers, I'm very, like, I would always use my brain. I never used my heart
Mhm.
because my passion, like, I still had passion for it. I still loved it. I still didn't want to do anything else, but like, I felt like I was stuck. And it
Right.
was just so, like, it's just so, like, hard and unmotivating to keep doing something when you feel like it's like just that. I don't know the word, but it's just
Like
like,
flat line.
yeah, it's like I was dead. Like,
Mhm.
can you hear his TikTok?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm sorry. But my happiest moment was the end of the year. I I did my last monologue.
Mhm.
What was the name? Oh, A Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I really do like that monologue. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't the favorite I've done. Favorite I've done was probably my Nefertiti monologue. I really love that
Yeah,
one.
that was my favorite monologue too.
But I think with this one, I grew the most as a person and as an actress.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think I stopped, huh?
Oh.
I think that I like stopped thinking about everything.
Mhm.
Like I still practiced. I had motivation to practice this monologue. I did it about 3 billion times. And the last time I did it, I still wanted to do it again. I still do it
Mhm.
all the time if I'm just staring at my wall
Really?
or something. Yeah.
You like seriously? You do that?
Yeah.
Oh
You
dang.
don't do that?
No.
You don't practice like your old monologues?
No. Once I do
Oh.
it, once I do it, I'm done. I actually funny story, right? So
Mhm.
literally right before we got on here, I was trying to remember that James Baldwin one that I did my freshman year that I had to do like the entire year.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to remember that one, and after like the second beat, I was like, yeah, nah.
Well, that one I hate. So I
I
just,
hated that one. I hated that one too. I had to do it for the whole year.
mm-mm, no. But, oh, yeah. So I did it and I literally cried after, like, it was just so much emotion that came out. Like, I did it. I said thank you, and it was the first time that I like did a monologue for a jury, and I was fully satisfied with my
Mhm.
um final submission. Like I was like, we can always learn, we can always tweak stuff, but I was satisfied,
Okay.
and I got my grade. I went up by like a whole letter grade than my last monologue. I feel like I grew a lot. My
Mhm.
first time ever getting an A. I've always been in like a B plus or medium B,
Mhm.
but like I ended the quarter off with an A, and I was like, I didn't know you can even get A's in this lady's class.
It was crazy, right?
I was like, girl,
Right.
thank. But yeah, that was probably my happiest moment. I feel like that was a good closing.
Mhm.
Like after I was done with that monologue and I turned to my final assignments, I was like, this is goodbye.
All right. And now that you're leaving, I would like to hear your honest opinions on the school as a whole.
Did
Your
you already ask that?
Yeah, but you didn't answer.
The school's a whole. I think the academic side pretty good. Academics, they don't bother me. Um, except for one teacher, but we don't name names.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to Duke, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just
Mhm.
um I don't know. I
You don't know how you feel about the school?
oh, I think it's a good school. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a good school. I just don't think it's good for me.
You keep saying that, but okay.
You just want to get messy. Like you're just so messy.
Right,
Like
let me specify.
you just want drama.
um. So, cause you told me what you think about the school before. I don't know what this new. I went on this
It's
mental
new and improved. Like
journey. What?
summertime Tashi is different from seasonal Tashi.
Ain't no
I mean,
way.
from winter.
Tashi, I literally just talked to you a week ago.
Uh,
You had the same thoughts and opinions. Now, and ain't no way you changed your thoughts and opinions in a week.
um, I think every school has their kinks. You know, every school has
Okay,
its
since all right, since this is what we're doing, thank everybody for watching the Arsenal podcast. Since Tashi does not want to
What do you want me to say?
tell the truth.
Okay. What do I
Like you ain't gonna be there. So
Okay. I am an up and coming actress. I have to think about my image.
what image?
The disrespect. What do I think about the school? I think I think the school's very draining.
There we go. Okay.
I think the school is um
What was that eye roll? I seen that eye roll. What was that eye roll?
I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna word this. Yeah, it's very draining. Like they want you to do a bajillion and 100 things, but it's like, dude, I'm 16. Like they yeah, it's very draining. But I mean, I just feel one thing I actually don't like that they do. And I think other art schools do this, and I saw this on Instagram a couple months ago where it's like, well, this was specifically to acting training, but I think this goes as like a whole. Is like acting training should not be traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
It should not be like being an actress or just being in the arts in general should not be like you're selling your soul to some art god and you have to live for them, die for them, breathe for them.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you don't give your 100, you're not going to be good enough, or like you're never going to be good enough until you give your 100, or you have to, you know, lose a moral or something like, for money to get by. Like I don't like how it's like a lot of art schools, they make it seem like to be an artist,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be always tired, you have to be always depressed, you have to always be bloody, sweat and tears and give your all to it. No off days, no lunch breaks, no pee breaks, and we leave at 12 o'clock in the morning. No. And it's like,
But those are the vibes, though.
those are the
Vibes that they
vibes.
were given.
Like,
Those were the vibes. The no days off. Simply like it's. I had two experiences where I've stayed up 24 hours straight, like literally
yeah,
the
I
whole
probably have more than that, and
day.
I just don't really remember them because I was in a haze the whole time. A
Like,
day, I mean.
going
And
off
it's
of
like
2 hours of sleep, going off of 3 hours of sleep. Like that was normal. That
we
was
should not be 14 years old going home on the metro like 11 o'clock at night by ourselves.
nah. Yeah, we was definitely leaving school at like 9.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just feel like there was this one incident where we had to leave studio theater, and one of our classmates,
Yes.
she takes the metro. Luckily, a lot of our parents picked us up, but once they let you go, well, I don't know if that's the whole school, but
Mhm.
I know in our department, once they let you go, they let you go. Like you're not their problem anymore.
Yeah,
You
like
get home or you don't.
once you're gone, you're gone.
And she had a really bad encounter with like some crackhead on the street,
Mhm.
and that was never talked about.
Like,
they don't have any like kind of, and I know we're high school students, but if you're normal high schools don't keep you out until like the late hours in the night. Normal high school, you're usually home by like, well, if you don't go out with your friends, you're usually home by like 5 or 4 because they get out like 3 something.
and if like say if you like do extracurricular, like you play a sport, you're like in a club or something,
Coaches are usually like in your lives though.
like 6, 7
Yeah, it's still not late. Like it's still.
compared to us.
I mean, if it's winter, it's gonna be dark, but
Compared
still, it's not the same.
when when it wasn't winter, we was getting out and it was dark.
Bro.
like, like
And
so,
then our half days were like 3 o'clock.
yeah, that was a half day. Like when y'all got out regular, that was a half day for us.
Yeah.
So
Disturbed. That's my main problem for it.
mm-hmm.
Is like it's just no. And then the cleaning. Why are we cleaning?
Oh yeah, we did have
Freshman hazing is so stupid. I'm like, why? Like, and we did clean, but like, why?
It's like there was like freshman hazing.
Yeah, like, why are we cleaning? Why are we running around? Like,
Yeah.
why are we running around in like the 90-degree weather, like late August, still hot outside and all black around the building?
Sweating.
Like, what if I had asthma? Then what?
What if you had asthma? Don't you have asthma?
I did when I was a baby.
Oh.
Because I came out early, it gave me asthma.
So like, man, what does somebody in our class have asthma?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like one of them does. I'm pretty sure one of them threw up too.
A lot of us.
A lot. I never threw up, but I saw a lot of people throw up. I saw a lot of people have breakdowns. Like
breakdowns.
I think I had one, and I got yelled at immediately after. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And that was a really big moment for me because I'm pretty.
We was in that corner. It was me and you in that corner, and
that was the only time I've ever cried. And I think I was the only girl who never cried really. And that one time I cried.
Yes, and dude came in and he was like, "Why are y'all?" He said, "Why are y'all crying?" He said, "Y'all are out the window. Y'all are crying. What is going on?"
I was like, maybe if you didn't make us recall our childhood trauma all the time to be more vulnerable, this wouldn't happen. Question mark.
Like, Tashi, thank you. We appreciate you for coming on the podcast. This has been a lovely, lovely, lovely episode. But it is time to get your dead or alive. Now, for everybody that's watching the podcast, hello. Welcome to the Onslaught Podcast. I'm your host, your beautiful, wonderful, melanated host, Eric Curry III. Tashi, do not all right, so Dead or Alive is a just a segment on the podcast that
I thought you were ending it. I was like, oh, okay. Kind of abrupt, but I'm not gonna say anything. Like I was so confused. I was like I was so confused. I was like
Dead or Alive is a segment on the podcast where the artist on the podcast gets to pick artists that they would like to work with that is dead or alive. Now you can pick one artist or you can pick 100 artists. Please don't pick 100 artists because I still have to edit this podcast. And I already know one person that you're going to say.
Who?
Nicki Minaj.
Viola Davis.
Oh
yes, of course. But I don't know what I'll work her in. But like, just let me paint her nails or something. Like I don't do nails, but I don't know.
You can't even do nails. You can't even do nails.
I'll make her some jewelry or something like.
Oh, make
Nicki Minaj, Viola Davis. I don't know these people by name. Oh, Sarah Paulson, Angela Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even a question? Like Angela Bassett. I'm looking up, y'all. I'm looking up. Oh yeah. Kerry Washington. Love her. Oh, what's the name? What's the name? Oh, Evan Peters. Mm-hmm. Jessica Lange. Lily Rabe, I think that's her name. Cody Fern. No.
I'm surprised you didn't say a person yet.
Who? Actually, I want to work with Tupac. He was funny. My favorite movie is Clueless. I would love to work with Brittany Murphy, but she passed away.
Wow. Are you still haven't said the person?
I already said Viola.
No.
Angela Bassett. I already said that.
No.
Who? Oh, Kerry Washington. Wait, who's that? Wait,
Jason Momoa.
Bassett. Oh yeah. No, I can't say that. I'd be too nervous to work with him.
Yeah. Tashi has like the
No.
biggest crush on Jason Momoa.
I do, but I would be too nervous. Like you see, I'm blushing. Like I would be so nervous. I'll be like, I oh no, I can't. No, that's why I didn't say him. I'm too nervous. I'm too nervy. I would literally cry. I'll be like, like he'd try to be like cool. I'll be like, oh, you know that scene in Twilight? Have you ever watched Twilight?
No. It just never seemed
Like
interesting to me.
smart. Okay, for those of you who watch Twilight, you know that scene where he first meets the girl, and because he like is intoxicated with her blood, he goes like in the corner, and she thinks she stinks because she was standing in front of a fan. So she like sniffs her armpit. She's like, meanwhile, dun, 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 you know that music in the background, and she was like, "I stink," and he was sniffing his nose. So that's how I'll be. I'll be like, "Oh," and he'd be like, "Oh my god, do I stink?" And I'll be like, "Hey, don't talk to me." You see, I'm blushing. He makes me blush.
Thank y'all for watching the Art Spot podcast.
No.
Tashi.
Wait. I'm trying to think of more. Oh. God. Oh God. I know.
Do you
One more. No, two more.
know?
Caleb McLuhan. Do you know who that is? The black dude from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Okay. And then this other dude from Moonlight. I would like to work with the director of Moonlight, period. But oh no. The dude from no. Sorry. Jerome from Can They See Us? When They See Us?
Oh, got you.
And then the other dude from When They See Us, Asante Black. I would love to work with him.
Something like
And then the director, Ava
Ava DuVernay.
DuVernay.
DuVernay. Yeah.
And then Stormy Reed
Who's
and
it?
Zendaya, of course.
Who's Stormy Reed?
The girl from wait, am I? Yes, Stormy Reed.
Oh, is that the girl?
Her.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the movie that she was in.
Yeah. Love to work with all of them.
That's dope. All right, Tashi, you are now in uh the seat of the big sister, the auntie. Um,
Are you calling me old? Rude.
can you let me finish the hypothetical situation?
Oh, okay.
Currently, thank you. You are currently in the role of big sis, auntie. Um, and you are talking to like the next generation of artists. They're coming up. They want to do their thing. They were in the same boat that you are with that you were in with your parents, and they have this one passion, but they can't like get out of this thing that their parents put them in from really young.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you tell that artist?
Just do it. Cause honestly, like, okay, I know it feels like you can't. It feels like you really can't. But you have to, because you're gonna be you're gonna regret it so much. Like it's gonna be a big regret. Like you're gonna be old working in some office, like a 9 to 5, going home to like your dingy kids. Like don't like don't literally do it because if you don't, you're gonna be regretful, and then it's just gonna be much worse than you doing it and you being happy and going and you don't know anything's good if nothing bad happens.
Mm.
Like if life was like that, we would all just be like sad anyway because we don't know that we have it good because we've never been sad. You get it?
Yeah, I
So
got
honestly do it because you rather have like a couple years, and I know it sounds like, oh my god, a couple years of like just struggling to find yourself and getting your parents to understand rather than you doing what your parents want. Down the line they're in some nursing home and you're still living the life that they want and you're unhappy, and now it's kind of too late to fix it.
Mhm.
Even though I said it never is too late, I feel like 65 it's kind of late.
Okay. Thank you. And just I just want everybody to know that
Wait, I redact that
no
statement.
no
If
no
you're
no.
65 it's not late.
I want everybody to know that I love everybody 65 and older, and
Yeah, if you're
that
65, it's not late. It's just harder.
and I don't think that kids is dingy, but Tashi does, and she
I,
believes,
I love kids,
and
but
Tashi
some
believes
kids
that if
might be
you
dingy.
are Tashi believes that if you are over 65, that you cannot chase your dreams. All right,
No,
thank y'all for
I
watching the
said
Us
if
About
you're
podcast.
65, it's gonna be harder. And I don't know if your kids are dingy. If they are, that's your fault. Like,
Thank y'all for watching the Archibald podcast. I have been your host, Eric Curry the Third. If you are listening on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you give me a 5-star and a review. If you're listening anywhere else, shout out to you. Tashi's stuff might be linked in the description. It depends on how she made me feel that week. So check to see how she made me feel that week. Um, is there anything you want to say before we get off the podcast?
I would love to
All right. See y'all when I see you.
ah
Bye.
exactly.
Also, I forgot.
And
Oh yeah, so I'm punching this in later. Remember that artists never die. And I'll see y'all next week. I'm sorry, I was just trying to cut Tashi off. All right, now bye.